The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is the new king of foldables. Let's get into this review straight ahead. Hey guys, it's Alex from TECHAERIS, and I'm here with the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, the new king of foldables. I did this review back in December, written. I will link to that down below. I also did an unboxing video for this phone, so you can watch that on the channel as well. I'll link that down below. I wanted to come back in January now with a full little bit over a month of using the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This, I feel 100% correct in saying this is the new king of foldables. It beats out the Z Fold 6. And, I have not used the One Plus, and I have not used any of the Chinese-made foldables. One Plus is probably the only other foldable in the U.S. market that's attainable for most people. So I have not used it, and so it's not. I didn't consider that as part of my decision. The way I weighed this is a match between the Samsung and the Google Pixel, and in my view, these are the two more attainable and mainstream devices in the foldable market. Are the Z Fold 6 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And of these two available to the U.S. market, I will say I am more than comfortable saying that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is now the king of foldables. I had previously said that the Samsung Z Fold was the king of foldables, but with the Z Fold 6 and the 9 Pro Fold now out together, I have to give it to the Pixel. And I am not a Google fan. People who know me know this, that I have not had very nice things to say about Google in a very long time. And I am a Nexus purist. I really enjoyed the Nexus phones with the Nexus 6P, I believe, made by Huawei, being my favorite of all the Nexus phones made. So when the Pixel program came out, I used Pixels up to about the fourth version, and then I just couldn't anymore with Pixel. I didn't like where Google was going with the hardware, but I have to give them credit on the 9 Pro Fold. This is an excellent phone, and it is it's even gotten me leaning toward using this more than I use my iPhone. And I definitely use this more at home as a daily reader for content. And I'm going to go over, and as per usual, I'll put some B-roll in here for you guys to see the phone more close up. But let's pop over to the other camera here, and you'll see the phone here. I have a Pataka case on it right now. I'm kind of protects it. It just kind of protects the back mostly and the corners here. This is a 6.3 inch display on the front. And let me get down to the specs. Yes, a 6.3 inch front display, this is what wins the king of foldables crown, is this front display being pretty much the same size as a regular size smartphone. Let's say here's the Samsung Galaxy S24. You can see that it's about the same size. I mean, this is obviously bigger. The Samsung's 6.8 inches or something like that, but it feels more natural to hold. The width feels more natural to use and read than using the Z Fold 6. The Z Fold 6 was just a little bit slimmer this way, so it felt really weird typing anything on that screen. It was just so small. And it wasn't bad. It's not that the Z Fold 6 is bad. I really enjoyed the Z Fold 6. But that inner display as well, that 8-inch display is so good for reading content. And I'm not a multitasker like a lot of people will say, they love using split screen mode on the Pixel Fold or even the Z Fold. I don't do that. I'm a one app at a time kind of guy. Sometimes I'll use YouTube. I'll float the screen. on the other app that I'm using, but otherwise I don't ever use split screen. It's always right here, just boom, full screen. And what's really great about this screen is that it gives so much space to read, and for me that's a big deal. So I really enjoy being able to go to websites and just scroll through, and I can read the article, and I'm getting old, okay? So it's nice to be able to see all that content right there. Easy to read, easy to scroll through, easy to consume. And the same goes with video. We go to YouTube and just look up a video. Of course, we're going to go with a TECHAERIS video because that's what we... Stuff which I don't use. And the speakers are good. So let's bring the speakers down. So there's, you can watch your video there, and you can scroll through the comments. There's no comments here, but you can scroll through comments, and you can scroll through other videos that are up and coming. And, it's just very nice. I really enjoy the 8-inch display on the inside. So let me talk a little bit about the specs on the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. 6.3-inch outer display with a 20.9 aspect ratio and a resolution of 1080 by 2424. Of course, it's an OLED display at 422 ppi, and it has 60 to 120 hertz refresh rate, so it's a variable refresh rate. The inner display is an 8-inch Super Actual Flex display at 2076 by 2152 at 373 ppi with a 1 to 120 hertz refresh rate, another variable refresh rate. So great 120 hertz refresh rates on both inner and outer display, up to 1600 nits of HDR brightness and 2700 nits of peak brightness. 2001 contrast ratio HDR support, full 24-bit depth for 16 million colors. 24 hours plus battery life, going on. 16 gigs of RAM, 256 or 512 of storage. Runs the Google Tensor G4 chip, and has triple cameras in the back and all that. I will link also, speaking of cameras, we'll get into that in a minute. I will link to the Flickr album with the full resolution pictures from the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, because that'll be easier for you to consume. So let's just go over the design of the phone. Obviously, we already talked a little bit about the display, 6.3 inch on the outside. The one thing that I thought I was not going to like was the edge, the way the hinge is here, and there's a lot of metal here. The screen does not go edge to edge, but it hasn't really bothered me. I thought it would, but it hasn't. The hinge itself is really nice. I like that they did not put any branding on there. It's just clean, very nice. The back, it obviously has the Google logo on the back. Can't see it because of this case. The camera module is huge, but that's to be expected these days. All camera modules seem to be massive and crazy. At the top, you have your speakers and some mics and antenna. The placement of the volume rocker and the power button kind of confused me. I don't want to say confused, but the power button's a little high. I would have preferred this in reverse with the power button a little bit lower and the volume rocker up on the top. But it is what it is. That's how they did it. And then you have the bottom portion has the SIM tray and more mics and you open it up, and of course you got your big display. And the bezels are, I don't know. The bezels are fine. I think I didn't use the first version of this phone, but the bezels on that one looked pretty big, pretty gross. But these are fine. I don't have a problem with these at all. Very deep blacks on the display. Very vibrant colors. It's an OLED display, so you expect that. So it's not no big revelations there. It is what it is. What I do like about the inner display is that it is 8 inches. It is larger than the Samsung Z Fold 6, so it just feels more immersive. And it's not hard to hold. It's pretty easy to hold in one hand. I don't have an issue with that, but some might have an issue with that. As far as thinness, it is not at all that thick. And we'll go back over here and we'll show the difference between the Samsung S24 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Let me see if we can get a better shot than that. So you can see the difference is nominal. It's not even that big of a deal. I thought that they would be thicker than this. The Z Fold 6 is definitely a little bit chunkier, but this one is not at all as chunky as I thought it would be. The software runs Android 15. I'm not sure if out of the box it comes with Android 14, but if you're buying them now, they may be coming with Android 15. But mine's running Android 15. Android 15 is Android 15. It's great. Nothing wrong with it. Integrated with Google Gemini and all that other stuff, which I don't particularly use. So performance-wise, this thing, it's Google's flagship, one of their flagship phones. It has the Tensor chip in there. It runs great. Games run fine. Multitasking, all that kind of stuff. The phone runs great. Speakers are outstanding. I don't know. It seems speakers are getting way better on these Android flagships. iPhone's done a really great job with speakers in the past, and I think Android is finally catching up, and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has really great speakers, very close to iPhones. I have no problem with them. Love them. Great for consuming content, all that. Camera, the photos coming out of this are great. You'll check the Flickr album link down below. Pictures are, on par with what you expect from Google Pixels. Google's always done some pretty crazy stuff with their software, so it's nice. They make good cameras. There's nothing wrong with these cameras at all, or the video. Battery life, you can get a couple days easy out of this thing. It has a 4650 milliamp hour battery. Also depends on what you're doing, how you use the phone. So what your brightness is, what radios you have on, what you're doing, what content you're consuming. So it's gonna vary. I can get a couple days of battery life out of this with moderate use. Not a problem. Yeah, it's expensive. Here's what I said in my review. Like the Samsung Galaxy Fold 6, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is a niche product. So the foldables are still kind of a niche product. They got popular. I think that some of their popularity has kind of waned, but they're still cool. And to me, I think once Apple comes into the market, they will be more widely accepted. I think Apple will come into the market on the foldables. I don't see that this year, but I think in 26 that they will probably come in. Also, I think they're waiting to see where we're going with foldables. With some of the interest has been waning. I think that maybe they may not jump in, but we'll see how 25 goes with the Z Fold 7 and the Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro Fold when that comes. Definitely companies like Oppo and OnePlus and Honor and Huawei, they're all making foldables, and they're kind of a big deal overseas and in Asia. So, I like foldables, and I think that we need more of them. So I like this phone a lot. I'm excited for the 10 Pro Fold and for the Z Fold 7 once that comes. So yeah, totally 100%. I am on board with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This is definitely the foldable phone of 2024. It is an amazing, fun phone to use. It's expensive, but if this is what you're looking for, if you're looking for a foldable, then I think that this is the one to get, even over the Z Fold. And my main reasons are the screens, the displays. The display on the front of this phone is that nice 6.3-inch display, so it's very much like a regular smartphone, and you will enjoy using that. It's easier to type on. It's just more natural to use than the Z Fold 6 is. And I think that Samsung might up their game with a new Z Fold 7. I think that they're going to make their display more like this. The inner display, the 8 inches, gives you a little bit more than the Samsung does. in terms of space, so it's nice to use this as well. Easy to hold, very slim. Like I said, it's just a very nice phone. I give it a 9.8, and I did give it a top pick for 2024. So make sure you check out the review link down below. That is it for this video, guys. I just want to do it. I was hoping to do it quick, but it seems like I went a little long. So I really thank you guys for watching these videos and subscribing, supporting the channel. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell, do all the things. All these things will help with the YouTube algorithm. You know, we're slaves to the algorithm, so I really appreciate you guys doing all those things and sharing with your friends. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we will talk to you on the other side.